Chemistry Room Fragrances is the perfect addition when elevating the vibe of any space. Whether if it's your home, car, or office, and something needs a quick refresh, our room fragrances provide that beautiful burst of fragrance with just one quick mist. Shop now at www.chemistryroomfragrances.com and be sure to follow us on Instagram at Chemistry Room Fragrances. Chemistry Room Fragrances. Smells so good. Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Camille, that intro was everything. Okay, you got commercials. Look, you need to add marketing and content creator to your whole thing because I need to book a session.
Hey, I am actually we'll talk about that later because my territory is getting expanded. So
Yes,
thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be back on the Speak Her podcast. One of my most favorite podcasts is to be on, especially because you my sis, you my girl. We go way back.
Yeah,
And
West
we always
Tennessee.
have a good time together.
Yes, West Tennessee is in the building.
Better know it.
Boom. With that being said, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Camille Essick. I'm the host of the Speaker Podcast, and this is the podcast where innovators and creators connect. Tonight, we have my sister and friend. We go way back like Cadillac seats, all the way from our freshman year at Middle Tennessee State University. Shout out to the Raiders. And good to them. They are playing TSU on September 17th. So
that's not homecoming, is it?
No, homecoming is the weekend of October 15th, like 15th.
Okay.
Yeah. So that with that being said, I need you to click, like, share, let someone know we're live right now. Tune in, because if you have not ever witnessed, sat in, listened to an interview I've done with Cameo before, it is always all the way live. It is all the way live, and it's never back to the empty day, strolling on the yard.
Right.
So those that are late to the party, let's let people know who you are. So reintroduce yourself, Cameo.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Cameo Bobo. I am located here in Nashville, Tennessee, originally from Jackson, Tennessee. I am a goal coach. I help female entrepreneurs set big goals, get results, and live their best life. I know everybody wants to live their best life. I have a membership called the Best Life Base membership. It is a membership packed with female entrepreneurs that are crushing their goals, supporting and loving on each other along the way. I also do live events called a Cameo Experience. It's all about bringing women together, gathering them together, connecting them together, and building community so that we all can know that we are not alone on this journey. I also am a music artist. I have music on the radio, my song Games, my song 2022 is Your Year. You can stream them on all music platforms, and you can listen to me on the radio on 96.1 in Jackson, Tennessee. I have a girls program called We Are Femme. We encourage girls to know that they're fearfully and wonderfully made, beautiful, unique princesses. To find out more about Femme, just go to social media and type out We Are and then FAWM. And R is spelled ARE. So We Are Femme. And lastly, I have a clothing line called Shop with Cameo. It is where the fun, sexy, and cute women who Jesus loves shop. So if you ain't shopping with Cameo, I don't know where you shopping, baby, unless you shopping with good black men or Camille Essex or something like that. That's cool too. That's cool too. But those are the things I do. I'm a multifaceted, multi-passionate woman. And I just love helping people. I love encouraging people. And I'm also a mom of a son that is now in college. So that's pretty much who I am.
Yeah, shout out to my nephew, Kyrie. Hey, Kyrie.
Hey, Kyrie. I'm about to show him this. He gonna be like, Mama.
I know. So I know you have the 2022 song, but it started in the middle, smack dab of the pandemic of 2020.
Right. It did. And now everybody was like, 2020 is not our year. But I tell the story in 2020, I had a lot of debt. And I was trying to pay off a big loan. And I was really going through a hard time. And one day I was just riding in the car and I started hearing 2020 is my year. 2020 is my year. And I was like, you know what? That might be a song. So long story short, it ended up being a song. I ended up putting it out. It did really well. Then I came back with 2021 is your year. And now we in the thing with 2022 is our year. So I don't know. It might continue to be our year until infinity. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. We'll see. But I just love encouraging people. And I think it's just really important that we remember that no matter what happens in our life, that it can turn around and switch just like this and begin to be our year. Because sometimes I go through days and like, okay, I'm happy on Thursday. Then something happened. I'm sad on Friday. Then something happened. I'm happy on Saturday. And so I'm like, you know what? At any moment, I can be happy. At any moment, I can be sad. So I'm going to purposely choose to believe that everything is working out for my good and that every moment and every year is my year.
As I say, life be life. And before we get into everything else, guys, I need you guys in the audience to really hold me down tonight. I'm fighting a sinus infection. And so we're going to push through. But I really need you guys to help me in the comments through this, like, comment and everything. It will help me so much. So I really, really appreciate that. Yes. So that being said, since we last chatted, what's been going on? Because I don't think you've been here since. Have you been on this year?
No, I have not been on this year. I have this.
You haven't been here since Heart and Soul last year.
I think, I don't think I was on after Heart and Soul. Yep.
We gotta do something about that more.
I know, but it's all good. You've been busy. You know what I'm saying? We've been episode after episode and season after season, and we over in Africa doing big things. We international. You know what I'm saying? You got to come back to Tennessee and mess with your kinfolk. So
no.
Look, you're back.
No,
Hey, Shanika.
Is that Shanika? What's up, Shay?
I know. I love
her. Baby is the cutest.
I know. And she fine. She snatched back after that, baby. She couldn't wait to put her clothes back on.
She did bounce back. So first of all, I do want to hop in into tonight's conversation about taking off the pressure off of ourselves. And this is something, it's a continual conversation for those just tuning in. I'm here with Cameo Bobo, and we're just talking about some things here. So we're getting into the meat and the heart of the conversation. We put so much pressure on ourselves. Yeah. We have the comparisons of social media. We always have, buzzword last year, imposter syndrome, all of these things. So even as we're progressing and we're growing from healing to wholeness, Camille, what is something that we can do, not even as a creator, but just as Black women or people in general, but particularly for Black women, to take that pressure off of ourselves?
To remember that you were created fearfully and wonderfully made. And when you think about that, God created you. You did not create yourself. So you were created the way you are for a reason. And I think what I had to do early on is like, I'll just share this with physicalities. As you're growing up, people tease you about different things. And so people would tease me about the size of my nose, and they would call me big nose. And, I was a little girl and I was thinking, okay, so I just looked in the mirror one day and I was like, if I had any other kind of nose, I wouldn't be myself. So I just got comfortable with my nose and I just rolled with it. And so I encourage women to get used to loving what's in the mirror. Get used to loving what is in the mirror. It's okay if whatever is going on with you, but you need to love yourself as you are, and then do things to accentuate or enhance yourself if that's what you desire to do. But if you don't fully love yourself, you can't ever expect for anybody to fully love you, because even if somebody does fully love you, you won't receive it. You won't receive it because you have all these negative thoughts about yourself inside. So I would say, like, one of the things women really need to do is look in the mirror and get used to loving what they see when they look in the mirror.
I think that's a really good question. I mean, good response. I love Sisters. That's my show. And so there's a character on there named Danny, and she's dating on the show a guy that's not Black, and he's a good guy, and she's doing everything to sabotage and tear the relationship down. And it really ties into self-worth, because he'll tell her she's beautiful, and she's like, no, I'm not. She has self-esteem issues and confidence. And so sometimes we pray for things and we say we want things, but then when it comes, we don't feel like we're worthy of it. We don't feel like we deserve it because of narratives from our past. We may feel like because of situations from our past, maybe mistakes that we've made. And so even though we're saying we're not qualified, but God is saying, but I love you this much, and this is what I want to give to you. I want to give you these things. I want to give you these opportunities. I want to present gifts to you. Yeah. And so he'll bring people or situations to us, and he'll love us through those things. And it's not about the things, but just the fact that God loves us so much.
He does.
That he wants us to love ourselves the way he loves us. And we have to be in a space to say, I deserve it. I'm worthy. I'm not my mistakes. I was listening to something earlier this week, and the quote was, even though I've made some mistakes, SOME, I'm not the sum of my mistakes, SUM. And that really stuck out to me because, you may have made some bad decisions, but that's not the totality of who you are as a person.
Right. And I think sometimes we get that what the devil would try to do to me back in the day is try to make me believe that because of all of the bad decisions I made or the choices I made, that I can't start making right choices.
Right.
At any point in time, you can begin to make right choices. You have that power. You can do that. You don't have to keep living the way you living or making the type of choices you've been making. You can change. And one thing I did, I heard this sermon way back in the day by T.D. Jakes, and he was basically saying that you can pray, Lord, help me not to curse myself. Lord, help me not to set my own self up. And in the beginning, when I was working on self-love and building myself up and healing from trauma, I said that all the time because I know for a fact I was getting in relationships. I was choosing different things in my life based upon past trauma. And that was me making those decisions. I was cursing my own self. And so I think I tell women that a lot. Pray and ask God to show you how to help you not walk on the wrong road of curses. We talk about breaking generational curses. At the same time, you might be making some generational curses that's going to affect your children's children. So it's like, Lord, help me see those things so I can walk the way I need to walk and, be who you want me to be.
That's really good. And even in those choices, it made me think, like, even with me making the shirts, because, sometimes, and we've all been guilty of it. Like, there's no good men out there or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then one day and this was a few years ago, I had to stop and I was like, no, I mean, I've had some bad relationships, but then I had to also think and take into account, but where was I within myself in life at that time when I made those decisions? And I was not at my best self. I was not at my strongest point. I was not at my most healed self as I am now. And so looking back on it now, even though things happen, but it's like I was not where I needed to be able to choose from a place of strength and not of a place of brokenness or vulnerability or in transition. And I think that's very important, that not just in relationships, but I think as people, particularly Black women, when you're in a space, like, for example, if someone dies, that's not the time to make life decisions. If you have someone close to you to die, you're not in your best frame of mind to make financial decisions, relational decisions, professional decisions, because you're not in a centered place. And actually, that's the best time to pull back and say, you know what? Let me work on me. Let me lean into this feeling of this situation. If I'm grieving, let's go through that process, heal, and then table that and come back to it, because you cannot be your best self when you're at the worst time of your life.
That's good. That's a great point. I totally 100% agree to that.
Totally. Yep. And being in that Cameo, what actions can women take, particularly Black women, that we can do on a daily basis to show grace to ourselves?
I think you need to monitor your thoughts. A lot of time we're speaking negative. We have a lot of negative self-talk going on inside of our brains. And so I think it's important to monitor your thoughts. If you're feeling sad and you're feeling down and nothing has happened to make you feel that way, check your thoughts. I bet you've been thinking wrong. I bet you've been thinking, oh, because sometimes I'll say, I'm so tired. And I'll be thinking, am I really tired? Or is this just something I say all the time because I've had a long day? And sometimes it's like, yeah, I am tired, but if somebody called me and said, let's go out to eat and I'm going to pay for it, my butt to get up and run up out this door. So it's really that I'm mentally drained, and I just need to take a refresher, take a shower and sit down on the couch and chill out for a moment. But I think we just have to remember, check our thoughts, learn the power of saying no and putting yourself first. Because as women, Lord Jesus, we will take care of the world if you allow us to. We will take care of the world, okay? Yes. And so I think we just overburden ourselves of our own expectations of ourselves, what we think people expect of us and what we feel like we should do in our own selves. And we're not heroes. We are women that deserve to be helped and supported the same way we support others. And sometimes you don't get that support back because you're always showing up as Superwoman. I got you. I can do it. I got it. Don't help me. I don't need nothing. And I'm definitely guilty of that because I struggle to ask for help, but I've been remembering lately, Cameo, ask somebody to help you. Ask somebody, can they do this for you? Or would they help you with this? Ask, because we're stronger together, and I think that's one of the things too.
Yeah, because we're only one person, and particularly Black women, we are the guidance counselor, the psychotherapist. For those that have kids, you're the mom, you're the fashion stylist, you're the chef, the accountant, you're the attorney, you're the fitness.
Yeah, everything.
If you have a house in the yard, you might be the landscaper.
You hear me?
I mean,
you hear me? Everything. You might be the mechanic if you don't got no money to get the job done.
All things. The hairstylist, like we're all of these things, but we pour out so much, but it's like, who do you pour into us? What's that saying? Have you ever seen a tow truck with a tow? Like, who's the tow truck for the tow truck? When you're in need, who pulls you along? And I think that's why it's so important to have a circle, a group of people around you that when you're like, you have somebody, a group of people that can pour back. And you don't need an entourage. You just need a good 2 or 3, or even just a good solid one. But you got to have a group around you that can say, wait a minute, come over here. Let's chill out. Let's exhale. Let's relax. Let's do a spa day. Y'all know I love my spa days.
Yes, you do.
and hit that pause button, because everything, that stuff will be there.
Yeah, it will. And I think friendships, it's important that we get the right kind of people in our lives, and sometimes I know women feel like, well, I don't have anybody like that. But if you start being the person you want to be around, they'll show up in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've known each other a long time, but it took within the last 2 years for us to get closer. You know what I'm saying? But we've always been in contact, but we've gotten closer over the last few years. And I think that's just because we both were evolving in similar directions. And so that brought us together. And so I think it's important that women remember, get over your fears, go ahead and go for your goals, do whatever you want to do, because it's going to align you with other people with similar interests, similar ideas, and we're going to empower each other along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's very important. And something I want you to kind of unpack a little bit more, setting boundaries and saying no, the power of no. I got that book Boundaries last year when we were doing the Clubhouse era. I got the workbook, and that book, just in the first chapter, did so much for me, because when I started to say no, and realizing through therapy, like, why was I always making myself available for other people? Why I had a problem telling people no, and then confronting that and realizing the root of it, and then saying no, it opened up so many other avenues for me. It created elevated my peace, because I want you to kind of go there.
Yeah. No, okay. So I think the first thing we always have to do is if we're a yes person or we find ourselves over exhausted or overextended in our business, in our family life, just in friend life, you just find yourself overextended and you feel
Mhm.
like you're being taken advantage of a lot. You need to sit down and say, why did I say yes? Why did I say yes? Is it because this is something I wanted to do? Is it because I truly wanted to serve and help this person? Is it because I have the knowledge and the intellect to do this? Or is it because I didn't want to say no because of how they were going to look at me when I said no? Or is it I didn't want to say no because I didn't want to disappoint them? Or I didn't want to say no because I didn't want to make them angry or didn't want any friction between me and that person. And so I had a root of rejection in my life. And so a lot of times I said yes just because I didn't want to be rejected. And in a relationship with you and it wasn't so prevalent. But when it was a relationship with guys, it was very prevalent. Because if I liked the person, I wanted them to like me and not reject me. So I was more open to saying yes to things that I really didn't want to do. And so I just had to understand that it's about me. It's not about them. And if I'm not serving myself and treating myself right, then this man definitely not going to do it. He definitely not going to do it because I have no boundaries. I'm always saying yes. I'm always going out of my way to do anything he's asking me to do and to support him, but I'm not getting that in return.
Mhm.
So something's wrong there. So that's like one of the ways that I would tell somebody to like really start setting boundaries is figure out why you are saying yes. Why are you overextending yourself? Why are you putting yourself in compromising situations? Why are you so tired? You know what I'm saying? It's because you're saying yes to everybody because you don't want to tell them no. And I was talking to a friend of mine one day, and I told her it's nothing wrong with saying no. There's a respectful way to say no. You know, I say no. If you asked me to be on the podcast and I wasn't able to do it, hey, Camille, thank you so much for reaching out. I love being on the Speak Her podcast, but this time I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm really busy and I'm so tired and I just need that day off that night. But please let me know in the future when I can reschedule or be on the podcast. If you get mad because I told you thank you for the opportunity, I would love to reschedule, and I'm tired, that's the reason why I can't do it, you don't got no respect for me. You don't got
Exactly.
no respect for me. It was about it. You just want me to do whatever you asked me to do. And so
Exactly.
that's how you really can figure out who's for you or who's kind of using you.
Yeah, it's like a filter. It kind of
Yep.
sifts some things out. I absolutely love that. So going into the next question, Cameo, being on the journey for others, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what has that really been like for you on that journey to confidence? You kind of touched on it before as far as talking about affirmations, but was there like a pivotal point in your life that really shifted your trajectory as far as like, wait a minute, this is what I'm doing, this is not cool. Like, what
Mhm.
really shifted you?
Yeah, so I'll say I've had a lot of different shifts, but I'll say the biggest shift I've had most recently was in years, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I went through a breakup, and it was a really bad breakup. And after the breakup, I was like, I was giving that boy all of me. You know what I'm saying? And if I was giving him all of me, I need to be able to give myself all of me. So I started going after my goals. And from that, I started goal setting. Along that way of doing goal setting, I'm getting more confident. I'm getting more bolder. I'm getting more confident in who God has called me to be. So I'm more confident in showing up as Cameo truly is and doing all the things that Cameo says she wants to do. Because that was a struggle for me too, being multi-talented and knowing that God wanted me to do all of these different things. And you know, people say focus on one thing. And I tried that and it just did not work for me. I felt guilty at the end of the year for achieving one thing when I could have been working on several different things. So fast forward, I was doing all the things and I was doing what I believe God wanted me to do. And he asked me one day, He said, Cameo, do you take me seriously? And I was like, yeah, God, I take you seriously. So I started upping my game, Camille. And I was really on it, doing my confessions, doing whatever he called me to do. I'm doing it. He came back. Cameo, do you take yourself seriously? And I was like, ooh.
Wait a minute. God asked you if you take yourself seriously.
Do I take myself seriously? And I couldn't answer that one quick because I thought, if I take myself seriously, I would be doing everything that I know I'm supposed to do. I wouldn't have no shame in my game. I would be showing up, posing, modeling, dancing, singing, two-stepping, posted on social media, whatever I need to do to get myself out there, because Burger King do not shy away from showing us the latest Whopper, the Southwestern Whopper they got now. They not like, here's the Southwestern Whopper. I don't know if y'all gonna like it. I did my best. I did. They present that Whopper to us like it was made on a gourmet line. You hear me? So that's what I felt like God was telling me. If you got to show up and you got to act like this is the thing, and you got to take yourself seriously. So that really helped me put my confidence in a new level, because I took myself seriously. And so when I go to events, when I'm here, when I'm talking with you, I'm going to be sure that I pitch myself correctly. I'm not going to say, y'all, I do a lot. You just look on my page. I do a lot. Y'all know. No, I'm going to lay it out on the line, and I'm going to tell you everything I do. And you can think what you want about me, but you know what I do. And so I think that's how I took it. That's how I took it.
And I think when we do that, it goes back to saying before, is the fact that not taking ourselves seriously is because we said before, that worthiness, feeling like we deserve this. And even those monsters, those voices from the past saying, oh, well, you're bragging. No, you're not bragging. You asked me, excuse me, what I do, and I told you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will have to tell on myself, hey, Mandy.
Hey, Mandy.
One time, it was earlier this year, and somebody asked me what I did. Just conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I do this and that and that. And then I could see their face. They were like, and then I felt bad, like, maybe I shouldn't have said all that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt guilty. And I was like, wait a minute. Why do I feel guilty about what I do?
Right.
Like, you asked me what I do, and I just told you what I do.
Yeah.
And it just really put me in another space. So I was like, it taught me, don't shy away or shrink from who I am and what I do.
Yep, that's true. Hey, Latria, we love you too. But I'll say this. I think the people that do you like that, they have a lot inside of them, but they're scared to release it. And so they looking at you like they think somebody would have looked at them. That's what I think. Because I just think of it this way. You think God put all these people here, put all this stuff inside of us for one purpose?
Yeah.
He's a big God. And I think as we evolve and we open ourselves up to him, we will find that he has numerous things for us to do. Maybe not for everybody, but I think everybody been called to do maybe more than one thing. And what is wrong with that? Look at P. Diddy. He sell clothes, perfume, got a school. He a music artist, a producer, wine, liquor.
And one thing I've learned is I'm not a single tasker. Like, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a multitasker like yourself.
Yeah.
And what I figured out was my biggest fear. Let me say that my biggest fear was, if I have an idea and I don't implement it, that one, God will take it away from me. I'll forget about it, or that I'll run out of time. Mm-hmm. And that thing that I ignored may be the thing that launches me. Mm-hmm. So because of that in the back of my mind, if he's like, hey, what about this? I'll start researching how to do it, because for so long I lived in a box. And one thing I will say, when I was living in Tennessee, it was just a culmination of so many events through my childhood up until that point. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like I'm a shell of who I am. I don't know who I should be, but who I am right now, I was like, God, this is not the business. Right. And I needed to get out of that space. And in order to do that, God shifted me in a way that I could not imagine and moved me away from everything, because he right now, I need to put you in a space where I have your undivided attention.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that with family and friends and church and choir and VBS. It was just a lot on top of things within myself that I kept pushing to the side. You know, grew up in church, been molested, pushed it to the side, went to college, got date raped, pushed it to the side. You know, just grandmother died. I tried to kill myself twice at 23. Pushed it to the side. Like going through church and going through all of this. Yeah, Tria and Sundays, it was just a lot. And I had pushed myself to the side my whole life for other people, but nobody was really, come here, let me pour into you. So God was like, don't worry about it. I got it.
Amen.
And that's
He's so faithful. He loves us so much. We're never alone. He got us.
Yes. And it was just like, it was like a domino that fell, and it sent me in another space, because the first thing he had to do was what I call debunk the junk. He had to take out a lot of stuff. And that process was ugly. And he had to do it in a way, in an environment where there was no one around, because I needed to be spiritually comfortable to just let my hair down and say, God, here, this happened, this, you know. And side note, I do want to give you your flowers. A lot of people don't know. 2019, when I was doing my first in-person Heart and Soul, and that kicked off. And when I was putting it together, I was still in the military, and I was living in California, and I was in the process of leaving the Navy, attempting to put together my first Heart and Soul in-person event. This was pre-COVID. My father had just died. I had just graduated from college and working on entering grad school and taking my GRE at this is all in one summer. So my stress was on 10, and somehow I contacted Cameo. We were talking about my dad and some other things. And she really, I think that was the beginning of us getting close again.
Yeah.
And she was like, I got it. Whatever you need me to do from here, I'll be your arms and legs here in Nashville, and you do, and let me know what you need. And that's how the first Heart and Soul came together, because I was just like on autopilot, but I wanted to break, but my environment would not allow me to do it. And so God placed Cameo back in my life to be a buffer, and she kind of like held my arms up and helped me through that process. I could get out of the military and get here. And then once I landed in Charlotte, thank God the pandemic hit, because it was a blessing in disguise, and it allowed me to really just go through the grieving process of dealing with, losing my dad so abruptly and everything else. And that period was so good for me. It was so good for me.
Amen.
So I just had to give your flowers on that. And anytime I've asked her, for me, she's always, had my back. She is, I always say, that one friend that will an all black pull up and ask questions later.
I don't like people messing with my phone. Okay. Yes. I'm so glad I'm saved now, because I might be in jail if I wouldn't.
Look, I was like, but we might be cousins for real, because everybody from West Tennessee is actually
connected some kind of way. You never know. We'll find out down the road. Be like, you was my cousin, girl.
This whole time.
That's real.
That's why I would never talk to anybody from West Tennessee ever. Can't do it. So getting back on track. So building your confidence and getting back and becoming Cameo 2.0. Once you did that, Cameo, did you see your life, your quality of life go to another level? Like, what was that like for you?
Oh, man. I saw myself be more productive than I ever thought I could be. Like I go back and I looked at a video of my 2021 recap. Yeah. I did a music video. I came out with a book. I did so many things that year. I had 2 events. I was rolling. And I only could do that because I placed my confidence in God, my confidence in myself, which means I didn't care what anybody else thought about me.
Absolutely love it.
And
so now,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and you just have to think about that. Why don't you go full? Why your foot not on the gas? It's because you're thinking about what other people think about you, or you're letting something in the past hold you, what somebody else said about you, or something. It's a reason why your foot not on the gas. If God hasn't called you to slow down, or always follow the Spirit, follow His timing. But if He's told you to go and you're kind of like, butt jumping in life, you going, then you're slowing, you're going, then you're slowing, you're going, then you're slowing. It's because you caring about something that really doesn't matter. You're caring about something other than what God says about you and who you know you are in Him. You're caring about something else. That's all it is. That's what I think.
I totally agree. And so, with that being said, excuse me, how can someone, their journey to healing and being more confident, I don't think they realize that can really empower and inspire other people.
Yeah. Look, okay. It will bless some people because like I said, a lot of people want to do what you're doing. A lot of people want to look, me looking at you, Camille, launch all of your businesses, do your graphics and stuff. It pushes me to say, Cameo, Camille don't have a whole team and all that yet. So why can't you call her and say, sis, what are you doing? Can you give me some help? So I can up level and do the things, some of the things that you're doing. You inspire me with what you're doing with Good Black Men and Chemistry Room, Fame Fragrances. Like, that's high level. Like, you're promoting those businesses like big businesses, and it inspires me to know I should keep going, and I can keep going and pushing my businesses. And in this world where we see everybody do everything, whatever we post, everybody can see it. People can't do nothing but learn to respect you because they want to do those things too. They want to say those things. They want to show up. A lot of times people be like, I don't know how to take pictures. I be like, let me show you. Because if you're telling me you don't know how to take a picture, that means you want to take a picture. People that don't care about taking no pictures ain't thinking about how they don't know how to take a picture. But if you want to really take a picture deep down inside, that's why you're thinking that I can help you, show you how to take a picture. And learning how to take a picture doesn't happen overnight. I've been taking pictures for years, and now I got it together. But I can help you figure out your angles, your pose, or just one pose, one face look, and you'll be good. But I hope that answers your question.
It does. And I'm taking pictures because I'm still dealing with that. But my biggest friend has been my phone. Because I started figuring out, I got my 3 solids and they work.
Yeah.
That boom. I got my 3 go-tos and they never failed me.
Yeah.
And you go through your phone and you learn your angles. And I hate when you go out, you go out, I'll take it for you. Like, no. Because the angle and the light.
Yeah, you don't know how to hold a phone right, but come on. It's okay. I'm gonna have to pull a Snapchat up and chat.
Like, everybody can't take the photo for you. But I just had to say that in jokingly, but for real. Like, just practicing with the phone, working more to go live, and just like you said, I inspire you, but you inspire me because you just show up like, hey, this is me, this is who I am, love it or leave it, and it's not in a nasty, condescending way. It's just you, and like Rakani says. I bring all of myself into the room and I let other people adjust. And I've learned how to do that more. And sometimes people can be uncomfortable, and that's okay. And even at work, another way, because I've, naturally been an introvert, except for the, people I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
But on my job, like now, hey, good morning, how you doing? And people are like, or just sometimes, in the morning, especially as women, we walk and we're just kind of serious. But smile or just have a nice little
disposition. Yeah,
your disposition, how you show up. And it shifts the room. When you walk into the space, touch your hair. Oh, hey, love your shoes. And just doing that. And people will be like, oh, well, thank you. Or just starting regular conversations with people in the elevator in the morning. And now I'm at a point now, even though I work in a huge, building, there's a couple people that, when they see me, like, oh, that's that girl. I can't remember her name, but she's cool. I know.
Yeah.
On me, I'm like, hey, so-and-so. And someone's like, is she the mayor of Bank of America Plaza? Like, no. But you just never know how those relationships, can work for your favor later. And so I always treat the janitor just like the CEO. So if there's someone mopping the floor, good morning, how are you? Thank you. Just the little things. And then it changes your mood. So by the time you get to your office in the morning, you're in a space because you said good morning to 10 people. Yeah. You don't know what that person may have been dealing with coming to work. So
yeah, that's good. That reminds me of that saying that people might not remember what you said to them, but they remember how you made them feel. And I try to remember that, everybody is special. Everybody. There's another quote that I always read is it says that every man is a golden link for your good. So that means that every time I meet somebody, they are a golden link for something good for me. And so I try to be respectful. I try to be mindful. I try to get to know them. What do you do? What's going on with you? Because maybe we can connect one day. I don't know, but I try to just be mindful of that, because a lot of, even when I'm out, sometimes I'm just not in the mood, honestly. I just don't be feeling like being bothered, but if somebody speaks to me, I make sure I speak back. Hello, how are you? I'm good, or whatever, because you just never know who's who. And I could wind up being at the gas station ignoring somebody, and this person knew who I was, wanted to come over and speak to me and offer me a speaking engagement to Africa or something. And I missed out on it because I want to roll my eyes and shut my mouth that day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just never know.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes. And speaking on that, Cameo, not to cut you off, but one of the things that is air quotes trending, we have a lot of people leading these women empowerment conferences, but in real life, they're mean girls. It just makes me.
You hear me? And I try to tell women all the time. They be like, I don't want to come by myself. I'm like, listen, it's not going to be that kind of event. It is. I'm not going to ignore you. I'm not going to treat you like, why did you really come? Because I've been to people event where they literally invited me, asked me to buy a ticket. And when I show up, they don't even want to speak to me.
Or they're talking about the people in the bathroom. I don't know if you saw that somebody got exposed, but they were doing an event and the headliners were in the bathroom talking about the women, and somebody overheard them. And I'm like, really? You take these people, their money, their hard-earned money, when gas is still relatively high, amongst other things. And so that just really just irks me to another level. And so at some point when I get in a space where heart and soul is back in person, that's not who I am, and that's not what I want to do, and that's not what I'm about. And the people I roll with, they're not about that either. And so I feel like if we're going to be in these spaces where we want these audiences and these platforms, you have to be genuine, not just from the camera and the mic, but also in real life. Last summer, I had a situation, somebody met me in real life, and they actually like, oh, and I was like, what's wrong? And they were just like, you're just like how you are on social media. And they were disappointed. And I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, you really are like that. And I was like, well, I don't know how else to be. Like, and they were just like, you're really like you. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, people be fake. But this the real crew over here. So get with it.
Cam times 2.
Yeah.
Period. So with that being said, I do want you to give some affirmations to the viewers and listeners so they can maybe write down and take with them until we bring you back, if they haven't done so already, to kickstart them to start saying these every day. So I'm going to give you about 30 to 60 seconds, Cameo, to give us some affirmations that the viewers can take with them.
Okay. God loves me and I love myself. I am smart enough and strong enough to go after all of my goals. I am blessed everywhere I go. People like me. I am always in the right place at the right time. Money and opportunities come to me freely and easily. I lack nothing. I always know what to do. And it was one more. My life is filled with godly, wise, and influential people.
I love that. And then a couple that I would like to share is, I'm worthy. I'm good enough. God loves me. I love me. And yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
So
Okay.
that being said, Cameo, before we wrap things up, what is new? Like, what should we look out for? What's on the horizon? You were always doing something. Were you like filming a project or something? Like, what's
I
going
was,
on?
yes. Hopefully, I have not gotten a release date for the project, but I was in a movie. It's called Revenge, but it's the Spanish word for revenge, and I'm not gonna mess up my hablo no hablo español, so I'm not even gonna mess up the title. But I play a cop's wife who who gets kidnapped because of some affairs that he got going on. But it's gonna be really good when it comes out. My next event for the Cameo experience, I'm partnering with Sugar High Bakery and Cafe here in Nashville on Dickerson Road. We're having the Get Money brunch. So if you're a lady, if you're a female entrepreneur and you're ready to get money, get money, get money, or let's get to the money, let's get to the money, let's get to I'll get to the money songs. We gonna get to the money, and how you get to that money is not through a get rich quick scheme. It's not pyramid entrepreneurship or networking. It is by, number one, taking yourself seriously, taking your business seriously, learning how to effectively use social media, and lastly, setting goals and setting the vision for your life. That's how you get to the money. And when you're doing all four of those things, there's no way you won't get to the money. So that's what we're going to do. Have a Get Money workshop. I'm excited. I'll be promoting that soon. It's going to be November the 12th from 10 to 1 p.m. at Sugar High Bakery. They're shutting the bakery down. They're shutting the brunch cafe down so that we could come in and have our way. Okay, it's going to be amazing. So I'm excited about that. You guys know I have the song out, Games. If you want to talk to me, I'm going to change your life. I ain't into playing games. I don't want to play your wife.
Play your wife.
You hear me? I might let you wine and dine me if you promise to treat me right. I might even invite you over, but what he can't do?
Spend the night.
Stay the night. Okay. He can't stay the night. So I'm gonna be working on doing a music video for that and getting that out there. And also, last but not least, I'm gonna have a farm meetup soon. I really want to have a farm app. So if anybody's watching and knows about how to create an app, or Camille, if you know anybody that knows how to create an app, please let me know.
Actually, I do, and I will connect you.
Thank you. Because my heart's desire is for the farm. It's for farm to have an app, and the girls can go on the app, and we can meet up virtually live, and they can ask me questions on the go. Because a lot of my farm girls are now in high school, and I want to be there for them because I know that can be like some trying times, and I really want them to have a good experience and feel like they have somebody they can go to and talk to during this transition time. So those are the things I'm working on.
Absolutely love it. So with that being said, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook. Just go to Cameo Bobo. I have a Cameo Bobo business page. I have a Cameo Bobo personal page. You want to go to Instagram, find me as Princess_Cameo. She has it up there for me so nicely. I am now on TikTok, which I've been on TikTok, but I'm going to start posting more on TikTok. Find me there under Cameo Bobo. Also LinkedIn and Twitter, Cameo Bobo. So I'm Cameo Bobo everywhere. But when you come to Instagram, baby, I'm a princess. So you got to put the princess in front of Cameo before you want to find me there.
And then she'll say, okay. Oh, I can't do it because my sinuses are bothering me. It's Mariah Carey level is up there.
Yeah.
I can usually do it, but not today. But yes. So with that being said, so first of all, thank you for joining me, Cameo, to wrap up the month of August. This is the kickoff month for season 11 of the Speaker Podcast. I need everyone to go right now and subscribe at thespeakerpodcast.com. Heart and Soul 2022 is coming back in October. I'm about to release those dates coming sometime in September, as well as the panelists. So you definitely want to be in the loop to get that information. For those that are not aware, I was picked up by AfriPods, which now the Speaker Podcast is streaming in continental Africa. So if you want to travel to the motherland, I'm everywhere. No excuse.
Okay. So I want to commend you on your service to the community of entrepreneurs and creators. We really appreciate you giving us a platform, such a professional platform to be on. We are not on Facebook Live or you trying to make it work. We are on a professional platform and everything is just wonderful and you represent us so well. And it's just a blessing that you provide this service to us. And so I want to say thank you from my heart because you were the first podcast to reach out to me to be on your show. And that was back when you were still doing the recordings, but you saw enough in me to reach out to me and give me the opportunity to be on your podcast. And I really, really appreciate it. And I also want to tell you how important you are to the community that you serve. We look up to you, we respect you, we admire you, and we need you. And so I just encourage you to continue going hard like you've been going and continue pushing forward and giving us all of you and all of the gifts that you have, because I know there's more. And if you would like to partner in 2023 to bring Heart and Soul back in person, I would love to be a part of that.
You said nothing but a word. Y'all heard it here first. Speaker Podcast, Nashville, Tennessee, get ready. You have to do DJ Spade. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're gonna do it. So let me know. That'd be great. October 23. Yeah. That'd be great.
We're gonna talk.
Okay.
Ooh, I got the tingles. Yes, God.
Let's do it.
I'm here for it. Thank you for those kind words. I don't think people realize being a creative, which Cameo, you have your ups and downs. You question like, should I really do this? Am I supposed to be doing this? And you question it. And so God knows when you need to hear these things in a space where we affirm each other, times we challenge each other, times we push each other. Yeah. Sorry, y'all, my sinuses, I'm sick, but I'm not sick. I'm healed. But it's just like we have to continue to support and encourage each other, particularly as Black women in these spaces, because we already have the world telling us what we're not according to but we have to change that narrative and continue to speak life into each other. And Cameo, you've always been one of those people in my life to say, no, girl, I got your back. Just keep running. I got you. And even when sometimes I'm like, oh, you're just like, no, come on, let's go. Yeah. And so I really appreciate your fire. You have a fire in you, a push. And it's also bringing not just women that maybe just contemplating entrepreneurship, but just how they show up every day. But for those on a horizon, on a horizontal level, that we're bringing each other together. And so one of the things about this space, when I brought you along, it's like, yeah, I want to make it, but I want to bring my people with me. And you want to get up there, but there's no fun and you're in this high rise by yourself. I want to be able to celebrate the people that were with me started from the bottom. Now we here. And so with entrepreneurship and being a creative, we're always looking for connecting with someone on the next level. But when you look vertically, I think it was Issa Rae, but look where you are right now. Oh, well, Cameo, she's a goal coach. And so-and-so does this, and Whitney is the stylist, and Lisa does. Take the people on your level right here and bring them with you. You'll do more damage in a good way. You'll have a greater impact if we have each other on this level versus the connect. The connect is cool, but a lot of times what you need, the person that you need to take your life to the next level is right here. But we're so in our bubble because we're looking for, they have 25,000 followers and they have this. But sometimes some of your biggest, heaviest hitters don't even have 1,000 followers on Instagram because social media has created this false narrative that, they have this many likes, whatever. You can have 1 million followers and in real life be failing. And then you can have a following, but in real life be killing it. So you can't judge. It has 4,000 followers. She hasn't cracked 5 yet. You don't know who I know. And you don't know what's in my arsenal. That can really make you pop off and make you launch to the next level. So we have to get out of ourselves, stop looking at another woman when she comes in the room, because that may be the very thing that you've been praying for to get to where you should be in your destiny and your assignment and in God. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I can really go there.
You better go. I'm working on getting my TV show back, and I'm gonna have you in. I'm gonna have to fly you in this thing.
Come on. I'm with it. Nashville is nothing but 2 gas Phillips away. So
okay, we'll make it work. Okay, I love it. All right, love you, girl. Thank you so much.
I love you too. So everyone, I hope you got something from tonight's episode of the Speaker Podcast. I'm your girl, Camille Essick. Be sure to shop with me online at chemistryroomfragrances.com. Use the coupon code. If you have already subscribed, that email should be going out in the next day or so. My Labor Day sale is kicking off. There will be a coupon code involved. So be sure to subscribe so you can get first dibs on that information before it's published on social media. And Heart and Soul 2022 will be here virtually. But guys, you heard it first. We're coming back to Music City. We're coming back to Davidson County. 615, get ready, because 23 is going to be a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
And as they say, and that's on Mary.
Okay.
All right. So you guys catch this. I hope you guys have a great night. Be blessed, and bye-bye.
All right.